Hello, everybody, and welcome to my thoughts about Friday Night SmackDown. And this is the final Friday Night SmackDown before the Royal Rumble tomorrow. And there was a great thing that happened during the show that I'm really excited to talk about, which is Cody Rhodes' promo at the start. But we're going to dive into all of it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe because we do this every single day. We post daily wrestling content over on this channel. But let's hop right into it. Cody Rhodes opens the show. And he talks about winning a third Royal Rumble, which obviously the Saudi crowd boos him. I don't know how I felt about that. Now, obviously, I don't want Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble for a third time. Because obviously we know Jey Uso won last year, and then Cody won the two before that. I don't want Cody Rhodes winning a third Royal Rumble. Now, you might ask why. Now, yeah, I would love to see Drew versus Cody. Cody wins his title back at Mania. The storyline's there and all. But if there is somebody that is just a little bit better, then I think we should go that road instead. But what Cody teased during this promo makes me kind of think that we're going to go down the road of Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble tomorrow. So that's not going to be fun. Cody mentions eventually having to have a match with CM Punk, and that's obviously teasing that if he wins the Rumble, he can either pick between Drew, which is a guy he's currently feuding with, or CM Punk. So that's just two ways he can go. So WWE definitely teased it for sure during the show right here. I don't know how much I like about that. I definitely don't want Cody winning, but it's going to be interesting to see. Randy Orton would come out and say that he is going to eliminate Cody from the Rumble. That's not happening. Randy says that he's also won the Royal Rumble twice. Now, do we see Randy Orton winning? Absolutely not. Now, yes, the rivalry between Drew and Randy's there, but no, is he winning the Rumble and facing Drew? It's not that big of a rivalry. So Randy's not winning the Rumble, and neither is any other people that was in this ring. So either way, or my prediction at least, none of these guys that were in the opener is going to win the Rumble. Sami Zayn would come out as well and say that he has never beaten Drew McIntyre. Matter of fact, he's 11-0 to Drew McIntyre, and he has lost he's never lost in Saudi Arabia, but he's lost every single time to Drew McIntyre. So Sami's put against the wall. Sami is in a very weird spot, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it, because Sami's fighting a losing battle. Either he can break the streak of never losing, break the streak of losing every time to Drew, or he can just win or he can just get buried. So it's going to be interesting. Now, obviously, we do think Drew's going to win. That's a very obvious one, but it's going to be fun to see for sure. And one thing that I found really cool about SmackDown was how much they built it up, because one of the things that I also wanted to talk about that was a pretty big part of the night was how, once again, we would see the Judgment Day say that Charlotte and Alexa is going to break up with each other at the Rumble. Is that a possible choice? For sure. Do we see Alexa or Charlotte winning the Rumble? No, not really. My prediction is Tiffany Stratton. We've said this before. Now, WWE switched up one of my predictions, and that's AJ and Gunther. I think AJ is going to win it now because they said that they're going to do a retirement tour after. But what we're seeing from the Judgment Day, I think is really cool. Now, obviously, we saw Roxanne with a little bit of an injury during the match, but I am hoping that she'll be okay for the Rumble tomorrow. We know that all members of the Judgment Day is entered for the Rumble, women's wise. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I thought the match was really cool. It's just so cool. Honestly, my favorite women's faction right now is the Judgment Day. They're just, Liv and Roxanne together. Like, I just don't know if anybody can stop that. They're two great, one of the best women in WWE right now. Them coming together is just insane. But I think Liv is obviously carrying. Now, do I like to say that? No, for sure. I don't want to blame it on Liv, the reason why they're doing good. But I do think that Liv is a huge reason. We would then see WWE leak something humongous. And it was on the screen, and I did not see it on the main broadcast at 8 p.m. But apparently, people during the day saw it, and it was that WWE during Axiom's entrance, there was who's going to be announced number one for the Men's Royal Rumble, which apparently was Braun Breaker. So that is not good. WWE just completely leaked it. So I find that interesting. I find it funny, and not really funny, because we always like to get surprised. But now the number one entrant is going to be Braun Breaker. So does Braun Breaker win from number one? I doubt it. That kind of gives my hopes of Braun Breaker winning going away. Do I think Seth Rollins is cleared? I would hope so. But if he's not, then both of my picks are going out the way. I just don't see Braun Breaker winning from number 1. That's just not a possibility to me. But WWE has leaked that Braun Breaker is going to be number 1. Now, this could have been a mess up, and that he's actually not number 1, but it's going to be interesting to see. But that would definitely suck, because my pick was Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins, so it's going to suck to see if Braun Breaker's actually number 1. But we would even see during that match, we would see Axiom get the win on Johnny Gargano, and we would see weird things happen. Candice would be banned from ringside, and it was just a weird match. But it was interesting for sure. We would see an interaction between AJ Styles and Gunther, where AJ would say that after he wins the Royal Rumble, they're going to do a final retirement tour for him, coming back to all the legendary rivalries that he's had, and that just tells us that AJ Styles is winning. Now, could they cut it short and just have us completely blindsided and have Gunther be an insane heel and just beat AJ tomorrow? 100%. That's a possibility that is 100% available of happening, and 9 times out of 10 will happen. But what AJ's saying here is very weird. Now, AJ said that once his retirement tour comes, he can face people like AJ Styles, or he can face people like Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and CM Punk. So there is rivalries that he can do, but I found it very weird how WWE did that. I would have way rather just have the return or the surprise of AJ beating Gunther tomorrow, rather than them saying that there's going to be a retirement tour after tonight and then having him win tomorrow. Like, I just don't know how that's going to work. My pick's still Gunther. I still think Gunther's going to shock the world and win here, but it was alright. It was cool to see, though. And in the main event, it would be Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and it would be Randy Orton as well as Jey Uso versus The Vision. And it would end by a DQ of Drew McIntyre after a great 8-man tag. I loved the 8-man tag. I thought it was really fun. Braun Breaker got a lot of minutes. Cody Rhodes dang near was in the whole entire match and didn't tag anybody else in. So that was one thing that I was not impressed with, especially with a guy that you're wanting to win the Rumble. You're just beating him down before the Rumble, which I found very interesting. And I found it super weird, because all the people that are top contenders for the Royal Rumble to win the Rumbles tomorrow, they had in matches tonight. So I thought that was very weird. I don't think they should have done that, but they did, so it's going to be cool. But in the end, Drew McIntyre would come out, which would cause a DQ by attacking Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, and Sami would eventually hit a haluva kick on Drew, sending him out of the ring, and we would see Sami and Cody pick up the Undisputed title at the same time. Now, this is weird, because Sami and Cody both are like the top 2 contenders besides Jacob Fatu. So it's one of them two that's going to win the title next, off of Drew. And who I think it's going to be, honestly, I don't think Sami wins tomorrow. It would be cool to see, but it's just not possible. It's not reality. But I will say, it would be really, really cool. But I think that Cody's winning it next, maybe at Mania. I think that Cody's winning Elimination Chamber. People were saying that Rollins is winning the Elimination Chamber. I don't think so. I think Rollins is winning the Rumble if he's cleared. But if he doesn't show up at tomorrow's Rumble, I think he will win the Chamber. But if Cody doesn't win the Rumble tomorrow, and Roman Reigns ends up winning it, or Braun Breaker, or Rollins, then I think that Cody will end up finding out some way to rage bait Drew McIntyre into giving him a match at Mania or sooner. I would find that really cool. Obviously, Mania's in April, so we're 4 months away. So it would be really cool to see, but at the same time, I don't know if we can have Drew's title reign be this short. I would love to see Drew hold it for a good while, and that's what I'm expecting out of the title reign for sure. Drew hasn't held a title in a good while, and the last time he did hold it was at WrestleMania 40, but it lasted 5 minutes. So, and the last time before that was at WrestleMania 34, where it was no crowd. So he just got screwed. But, yeah, Sami and Cody would both reach for the title, meaning they both want the title, and Sami's obviously not winning tomorrow. I think, obviously, to end the show, we had Jacob Fatu come out and attack Drew McIntyre, but it's going to be fun to see. I'm super excited to see what we got going on, but my predictions for the Royal Rumble now, after SmackDown, remains the same. I got Drew beating Sami, I have Gunther beating AJ, and I think Gunther's just going to shock the world and do it. I have Tiffany Stratton winning the Women's Royal Rumble, and I have Seth Rollins, and if he doesn't show up, then Braun Breaker, unfortunately, winning the Royal Rumble. As much as I want to say Roman Reigns, I just think it's most realistic to have either, well, you know what? We'll go with it. Whatever. I'll have Roman Reigns or Rollins win the Rumble. If Rollins don't show up, I'll have Roman. But yeah, that's my predictions for the Rumble. That's what I thought about SmackDown. Let me know down below what y'all thought. I know this isn't the normal upload of the day, but I had to get something out quick, and I know it had to be about SmackDown, and it would be obviously a little bit late. So I wanted to make sure I got it out same day as SmackDown, so I didn't have to sit here and edit it all night. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed SmackDown. Let me know down below what you thought, and I will see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces, deuces.